7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Curve to it. We zoomed on there quick. I was like, okay, it says 4. Oh, that says 4. Okay.
And normally I look to Matt to give me the cue, so I was like, what? Hello? Nope, now?
I think Barbecue Pops is doing it on purpose. I do. He's like, let's put it in an area that nobody can see.
He's like, it's Canada Day weekend. Let's just mix things up a bit.
Look, I'm ready for it to be Canada Day weekend. We are so happy that you guys are here. We got Fritz Frank in the house. He's saying happy Friday. We got Kevin Bledsoe Barbecue. How's it going, Kevin?
How's it going, guys? We got Eva Llama, of course. We've over on TikTok. We've got Mike. How's it going, Mike? How's it going, Eva Llama? How's everybody doing?
Johnny's on the show. We haven't seen him for a very long time. Jam and Johnny, we're happy you're here.
Yes.
Real Plunk, HT. We got Barbecue Mama in the house, guys. We got Barbecue Pops, and the temp is back.
And he's got allergies again.
Yeah, watch out, everybody. There could be some little bit of some sneezing going on in the show again.
We've got James. Hi, Renee. Hi, Mandy. How's everybody doing? It's Friday. Hi, Richard. We're going to have a really great time with you guys like we do every single week. We've got a locked and loaded show for everybody.
Great Dog Leather, what's up? Happy Friday. Guys, we kick this show off the same way every single week.
No, wait, you're forgetting about who got
first. Yeah, oh my
what?
goodness. Yes, Bad 13. Congrats, buddy.
Daddy almost was
back in the house. He got it again this week. He was knocked out from HT last week, but he came back. I knew he'd be back this week.
All right, so first of all, though, I want to apologize to everybody if we are speaking louder than normal. It's because we are wearing headphones to be able to hear our guests. So if we're like screaming more than we normally are,
yeah, you guys know it's a loud show.
Yeah.
Watch the volume, everybody. That's on you.
Sorry.
Lower it if you need to, okay?
Yeah, even Lana saying he cheats.
We got Eric Bienvenue saying, happy Canada Day. What great way to start with the greatest beef, Canadian beef. We agree with you. We definitely agree with you, Eric. Nice to see ya.
Yep, it's a Canada Day weekend,
and
everybody.
we got Canada Beef in the house. That's Love Canadian Beef in the chat saying, howdy, Maddie and Kiki.
Hey
guys, we're happy that you're here too.
Okay, so it's Friday. We're going to talk about what we're making today, why it's going to be spectacular. But first, it's time to do the Friday dance.
Yes, I wanted to jump right to it because we got a locked and loaded show for you guys today. We got half-baked hippies in the house. I'm happy that they're there. They're about to see a song and dance that they might not want to see, but we're going to do it.
Here we go.
We kick it off the same way, guys. Honey, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm already grooving.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
Friday, yes, it's Friday, and it's a long weekend.
And it's a long weekend, everybody.
That's gonna put some extra pep in your step.
That makes Friday even better when it's a long weekend. Now, sorry to our international friends if it's not a long weekend.
Yeah,
but really just set you up for a regular weekend.
They have one coming up as well because they're about to be celebrating a long weekend. But guys, I also am celebrating the fact that this is the first time that Key and I are wearing these aprons, and this is my first light denim apron.
Yes, that's right.
I have never seen, as soon as I saw this apron, I was like, that is unique in itself because I've seen the dark denim. They look nice. But a light denim apron, come on.
We have like a million aprons. My closet is filled with aprons, and you're right. This is the only. I love denim. I'm a denim on denim girl. I don't know why I don't have jeans on.
Isn't that a song?
The Canadian tuxedo. I should have done it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why didn't we do that?
The denim on the top and the denim on the bottom and the apron. That would have been a sight to see. I should have done it.
All right, guys, we got to tell you what we are making for you today. It is a great one. It's a unique one.
Yeah, it is. We're making. Oh, check it out. That's what it looks like when it's finished. Spoiler alert. We're making a grilled strawberry and steak Nicoise salad with a buttermilk herb dressing.
Okay, that is so much delectableness all in one thing. We gotta get started with it because we want you guys to see how this is gonna turn out. But we're also very happy that we have back a very special guest with us today. We have Joyce, who is the home economist of Canada Beef. She's back. She's ready to answer your questions. You guys have already sent in a slew of them that I hope that we get to all of them today. Hello, Joyce. Nice to see ya.
Hi, Joyce. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm ready for a long weekend. I'm going to get that barbecue fired up and really enjoy some steaks on the barbecue this weekend.
That's awesome. It's a perfect time to do that, Joyce. Now, I also want to remind you, if you're on Instagram and TikTok, you won't be able to hear the interview with Joyce.
However, click the link in bio. It's right there ready for you to be launched over to YouTube so that you can actually see Joyce on screen. We all want to see Joyce. We want to hear what she has to say. So click the link in bio, head over there now.
These platforms don't support that, unfortunately. But in saying that as well, if you have questions for Joyce relating to Canada Beef, put them on the screen and I will keep watching, and then I can ask Joyce on your behalf. Okay, so Joyce, let's talk a little bit about Canada Beef. So today we're using, for this recipe, we are using a Canadian strip loin. We've got 2 of them here because we have the whole crew to feed.
Yep.
So why don't you talk to us a little bit about where the strip loin is located on the animal?
Okay, we've got some slides to help you out here. It is from the loin portion. And this is generally a very tender cut. It's also one of the leanest cuts. It's also Joyce's favorite steak. So I'm glad that you're starring it today.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's what I like about it is it's a nice portion size. It's not fatty throughout. And here's just a little tip about where it comes from. It's part of a T-bone steak, actually. So you see the fork here is actually pointing at the strip loin portion of a T-bone. So a T-bone is kind of like 2 steaks in one. It's a really nice steak for sharing because you get tenderloin on one side and you get strip loin on the other. It's also called a New York strip steak, just for a little trivia there. In the US, you'll see it called New York strip or on lots of restaurant menus. But no, it's very lean. It's very flavorful. Lots of people love ribeye, but to me, this is my favorite steak. It's ever tender. You can turn it into kebab cubes. You can turn it into satay strips. And a good value proposition is to think about how to turn it into medallions. So if you see on the left side of the screen here of this image, that's a full strip loin. So you can get one like this wholesale. And you can do 2 ways to get at making medallions. Medallions, you can either cut it, the whole strip loin, vertically along the middle, and then you can take each side and make it into medallions, or you can cut individual steaks in half and make sure you get a nice thick steak. But once you cut it in half, you trim it up and then you sort of like plump it and tie string around it. Doesn't have to be anything fancy like this one is showing some netting. It can just be a butcher twine that you tie with a bow. And the good thing about this is it fits nice and neatly on the plate. It presents really well, like a restaurant style sort of presentation. And it's a really thick steak then. So then you can control the doneness better. So you can go, you know, if you like it medium rare, it's a lot easier to get medium rare with a thick steak than it is if it's thin. If it's thin, it just cooks too fast. So these ideas and more about how to cut meat yourself for some savings is in the Make the Most of Beef booklet. You can order that online at CDNbeef.ca. There is a resource section there, so go there and take a look at that to get an order. And there it talks about Canadian beef quality grades as well and the advantages. So prime is the most marbled. Second level of marbling is AAA. And then AA. And you'll find all those available at the grocery stores. And you don't always need to get a prime in order to get a really good steak. So keep that in mind. And there's lots of tips there about how to stock up to save time and money, how to make your meat go further, lots of other ideas there. So I invite people to come and take a look at that.
Yeah, I love mine. I said this last time, but I like to just keep this actually, like I have like a little magnet that keeps it on the fridge at the ready. Because you never know when that you could use things. I'm a meal planner kind of gal. So sometimes I'll like go through it and get ideas for like what I want to make during the week. So anyone who meal plans ahead of time, check it out. It's extremely helpful. And who would have ever guessed that this cut was that versatile?
Yes, but my question to you, Joyce, why is this your favorite over other steaks? I'm genuinely curious as to why, because for you to say that's your favorite.
I know, we're talking to a Canada beef expert here, and she zeroed in on this particular cut.
And to say you have a favorite, like, yeah, I'm surprised. So I would like to know what makes this your favorite, Joyce.
Well, I like the size of it. And like I said, I'm not one that likes to eat fat. Like some people love that, but I don't like to I would pick around it my girlfriend who's a dietitian at Canada Beef, she loves fat and she would just sit and eat it. But I'm a little picky that way. I just don't like the texture. So this saves me trimming it off on the plate, and it has really good flavor, always tender. It's kind of a no-fail steak.
I completely agree with that, and Joyce is right. You can see that the fat is along the side here, so it's so easy to trim it off if that's your preference. If not, go for it and enjoy it.
Or just to leave it on, because I think everybody that's going to be eating this recipe today is a leave it on type of people. So we're going to go ahead and leave it on, but I could totally see what you mean, Joyce. You can definitely remove it if you want to as well.
I
so
take it
before
off
we get
after I cook it,
started,
though,
guys-
because, sorry. I take it off after I cook it because knowing that cooking it with it on will add some flavor.
Yes, that's a very good tip too. Yeah, leave it on if you can while you're cooking it, because fat bastes it flavors it, and then you can take it off after if that's what you prefer. Now, guys, we have Joyce for the entire duration of the show. She's going to grace us with her presence for the whole hour. So if you do have questions about Canada beef in general, ask us, let us know, send them in. We have some here that some people have already sent in ahead of time. And we're going to start off with a question that comes from TikTok, actually. This is from someone named Samson TJ. And their question is, which I'm very curious about this too, is there a flavor difference between grass-fed and grain-fed beef?
Good question, Samson.
Okay. Cattle are always, the taste of beef is always influenced by the feed that it has. It's important to understand that cattle are on grass most of their lives, and some cattle are on grass their whole life. It's a bit difficult in Canada because we have winter. So we don't have grass available. Now they can switch it over to a haylage for a winter feed, but it gets harder to keep beef cattle warm if they don't have that energy source of grain, if they're, when they're outside in the wintertime. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. Grass-fed will have a different flavor, yes. Grain-fed, depending whether it's fed barley or corn, will have a different flavor. So there are nuances like that, and that's what makes beef kind of interesting. It's not a homogeneous kind of product like other animals, like chicken. They kind of have the same feed, or hogs. They have a ration, but with beef cattle, it can be different. So appreciate those nuances, much like you would a wine. They're all different.
That's a really good point. And I would say, like, try them for yourself and see which one you prefer.
Exactly, and I actually have heard that even how the cattle's fed can also affect the color of the fat, which I thought that was very interesting. So grass-fed can tend to be a little bit more yellow, which is very cool, because of course it makes sense. It's going to affect things like that. What the cow consumes, of course, that's going to impact different things like that.
And we see James here saying at the dinner table, I would gather up all the fat and eat it. So see, a lot of people, James should be at everybody's table then. If anybody doesn't want it, James can just have it. Okay, so thank you so much, Joyce. We will go ahead and put you backstage because we got to get cooking. And then we'll bring you back if anybody has any more questions. And we got to get started.
Yeah, guys, Joyce is going to be hanging in the green room. Let us know if you have any questions for her, because as you can see, she is a wealth of knowledge. So ask away. We have her here with us today. Let's go for it.
All right.
All right, let's give it up for Joyce, everybody.
As always,
so much, Joyce.
I say this every time. Can we just have Joyce here on every show?
And I'd like to point out that us three gals were wearing our Canada Beef gear. Okay, we all matched. I'm gonna say we did do that for you guys. Okay?
I like Joyce's shirt. I like that color too. That
so
nice.
do I. And the collar. I love a collar.
Yeah. See, Joyce could have done denim on denim.
Yes.
Why did I not do denim on denim?
Now I want, especially because that is known as the Canadian tuxedo. If you guys didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if our international friends know about that. Did you guys
the
know
plaid
that the Canadian
too.
tuxedo
Don't
was a
forget
thing?
the plaid, the red
okay,
and
so
black.
the first thing we're gonna do.
True. Barbecue Mama said plaid is Canadians are known for their plaid as well. It's a very good point, Barbecue Mama.
Yes,
True.
That would be the ultimate Canadian look. Plaid.
Okay, now Maddie is in the house and saying, I think 1.5-inch thick cut is great. I like 2-inch cuts. Which girth do you ladies prefer? That's a good question, Maddie. I think I'm gonna go with what Joyce said. It's actually easier to cook a thicker steak because because it takes more time. You don't have to worry about overcooking it. So I'm gonna go thicker. Okay,
Okay,
I think
so we've
he
got
would say that as well.
Yep, so we've got our strip loins here, and you could use salt and pepper if you so choose, but as you guys know, we always like to use a barbecue rub where we can. So we're gonna use the Cluck and Squeal Savory Spicy, which is not spicy. It's just
We
savory.
love that one. Now, guys, I'm
it's got
gonna
a little
start
bite.
skewering our strawberries. Okay, a lot of people ahead of time were like, "Girls, I don't know about the grilled strawberries." Okay, you got to sell me on the grilled strawberries. You guys haven't lived until you've tried, I'm going to say grilled fruit of any kind.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so easy to do. Whatever you have that's in season, definitely go ahead and it's nice. What's great about grilling fruit
smell
is
so
that
good.
once it hits the grill, it caramelizes the outside and makes it so much sweeter.
It basically just makes it taste like more strawberry-y, if you will. Now we have S. Will in the house. He's saying TGIFF, Maddie and Kiki. TGIF, S. Will. I'm glad that it's Friday, guys. We are actually celebrating a long weekend here in Canada. And I know that I feel like the long weekends always take longer to get to, but we're finally here.
Okay, so I'm gonna take our steaks and we're gonna hit them on the grill. We're gonna go over direct heat to cook these. So we've got our kettle fired up. We're cooking at a like screaming hot grill, and we're gonna just put them right in the middle, just over the direct heat here.
Maddie saying grilled pineapple is phenomenal, glazed with sambuca. Oh heck yes. Lance is saying I have never had grilled strawberries. Grilled pineapple is great. I know. I think a lot of people think of pineapple when they think of grilling fruit, but guys, we've really grilled everything. Oranges are phenomenal grilled.
What about nectarines? Those are really good.
Yes.
You guys have done that.
Yes, barbecue nectarines or peaches, and I'm not ready for that season yet because that's August, and people like to say August is the Sunday of the summer, and I'm not ready for that. We are full-blown summer. I'm not ready to even think or breathe a word of fall, okay?
Okay, can we just talk about how beautiful this looks?
Absolutely stunning.
I know TikTok you can't see and Instagram you can't see the grill cam, but I will show you once they come off.
I think a lot of people actually did go over to YouTube because we said go see Joyce, go hear what Joyce has to say. So if you're over there, you can see this gorgeous shot that we have that we call the grill cam.
Okay, so you can close the lid. I'm gonna leave the lid up just because I want to keep my eyes on these because we have a lot of charcoal in here.
Okay, instantly that smells fantastic.
Because
know,
we're
I was
also
just gonna
gonna
say
be
that.
grilling the strawberries on there.
I wish we had smell-o-vision. I say that all the time, but seriously, as soon as that beef hit that grill, you could smell it.
Yeah, me too, barbecue mama. Guys, it smells fantastic in here. Beef on a charcoal grill, if you haven't experienced it, charcoal takes it to the next level. I'm sorry, that's just, it is what it is. If you have a gas grill, fire that up this weekend too. But I would recommend people trying their hand at charcoal. It's a game changer when it comes to grilling.
Look at those beautiful grill marks. I'm sorry, just give it to me. Give it to me. That got a round of applause. Thanks, guys.
I love just requesting our own round of applause. It doesn't hit the same if you request it, but it still feels good.
Okay, so now I'm kind of pulling a Maddie because I'm not really doing much of anything except standing here, but I have to watch these.
I don't appreciate that being called pulling a Maddie, okay? I don't. But is it accurate? It is.
And then I have to get started because a Nicoise salad has about 500 different components. If you haven't made them before, there is a lot of components to it. It's not difficult. There's just a lot of ingredients.
Yeah, but that's what makes a salad good. I think that's why some people don't think of a meal salad as something that's going to be satisfying. But the more textures and flavors and everything that you put on it, that's what makes it satisfying.
Yes, and one of our secrets to a good salad, Maddie and I have talked about this many times, is to have cooked elements and raw elements. Mm-hmm. So if you got yourself a whole lot of raw salad, this grilled strawberries, it's like it makes it more satisfying some way.
Now, this matches my shirt. I like to point out when I match the food. Does that not look perfect? It also matches Barbecue Mama's little head Canada Day ensemble that she has on today. Guys, check that out. That took me 2 seconds. Skewering does not take long. It really does not.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna take these off because these I think are ready to roll. And I'm going to shut the lid, Mad, and you can leave this off to the side for you to do your strawberries whenever you're ready.
Okay, perfect. Let's get that preheating again. That steak also didn't take long, but like Joyce mentioned, because it is on the thinner side, that's why that cooked super quick.
Well, and I know the people eating the steak in the room like it on the rare to medium rare side, so I want to make sure that we achieve that.
Now, know what Kiki is doing. She took it off the grill. She's putting it on the side. Is she going to slice it immediately? No, she is not.
No, she absolutely is not.
Because that's what we always like to tell people. Rest your meat. When it comes off of the grill, if you can wait at least 5, if you want to do 10 minutes, that would be even better. But I know when it smells that good, it's hard to wait.
Yes.
But that's definitely a step you do not want to skip.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start off. This is what I recommend when I make a salad like this, is to take the plates that you're making for however many people you're serving, and have the plates there so you have your ingredients ready and you can start to divide up the ingredients. I don't like making a salad in one giant bowl. And the reason for that is because then when you go to mix it up and you don't know how much of each ingredient everyone is going to get. So you know how like all the heavy ingredients fall to the bottom of the bowl? Mm-hmm. You prevent that by making them on everybody's plate individually like this, and then it serves way better too. It looks a lot nicer because
I completely agree, because I like the heavy things typically, and sometimes that's why I purposely will serve myself a salad last, because all the good stuff gets to the bottom. So Key's preventing that from happening today, and she's saying we need to govern it fairly.
I am going to govern it fairly. Halbert is saying, oh my God, this is going to be so delicious.
Halbert, you ain't wrong, buddy. Now, it is windy, so hopefully this lettuce stays put. We have a strong breeze here in the grill studio. It's feeling nice. But in saying that, let's hope everything stays put. There was even some strawberry juice that wound up on this plate, but that's okay.
It's going to go on the salad anyway, so that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our lettuce down. Marisol saying good point about the individual salads. Marisol, wait till you see how this salad comes together.
It is a great point.
Okay. Okay, so we've got our lettuce down. Now we're gonna start building our salad with other ingredients. So this is what differentiates a Nicoise salad from any other. I'm having a hard time hearing. Mom, are you trying to talk to me?
No, I was going to say about CJ said about what about grilling the lettuce, that he's seen a lot of lettuces but with romaine lettuces grilled. I can't
like
talk
that.
today
We have
at
CJ
all.
in the house. Hi,
Yeah,
CJ.
CJ's back. He was on a road trip with his son. That's where he was. I told him we were talking about him the other day.
We missed you, CJ. Now that's a great question, but when it's lettuce that's just loose like that, if you did that, it would just get burnt up and go right into the grill grates. But I think CJ's talking about if you were gonna do like a romaine, absolutely that would be really good on here, but not this type of lettuce.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the grilled lettuce. No. I don't know what it is about it. I'm not a romaine whatever. I don't like it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna need my moment in the sun here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let it lie that Key said that pulling a Maddie is doing nothing. I'm grilling strawberry skewers. Okay, that's a lot. Now these are not gonna take long. These are really not gonna take long. We're just looking for some light caramelization because there's a lot of sugars in the strawberries, a lot of natural sugars. They will grill quickly, so you don't want to walk away from the grill for something like this.
You know what I want to point out?
What?
CJ saying he missed us. CJ, we did really miss you. The strawberries are just skewered and put on the grill. You don't have to oil everything that you put on the grill. I think that's a lot of where people go wrong when they're grilling, is just adding too much oil. You don't need to add oil.
Take a whiff, buddy.
Yeah, it smells fantastic. You don't need to add oil to every little thing that's going on the grill. You can if you want, but it's not mandatory. Adding oil for sticking is not a thing.
Totally agree. Because we've preheated properly, so that's how you don't need to worry about things sticking. But oh my goodness, if anyone here, we did have a few people that were doubting the grilled strawberries, if you did doubt it, I wish you could smell this, because it kind of has like a jam fragrance going on. But with like a charcoal smoky element.
I was just going to say that, but with charred.
Yes, that makes it 10 times better, and that's going to pair perfectly with our strip loin and all these other ingredients that are going in the Nicoise salad.
Okay, so we've got
We've
got our green beans that have just been blanched. You could use just regular raw green beans if you want. Hi, Crispy. They're saying hello, loving the channel. Thank you very much.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us.
He's joining in from London.
Oh, cool.
UK.
Okay, I think it's is it late there?
Yeah, it's like, I think they're 6 or 7 hours ahead.
Okay,
of
so
us.
we're thinking lunchtime. Chris is thinking dinner time, or maybe even midnight snack. This could be eaten for lunch, midnight snack. If you do a smaller one, this would be a great appetizer salad as well. But you guys know us. We don't really do small portions around here, do we?
No, well, this is lunch for everybody too.
But remember everybody last week where they were like dying at the tostadas because Key put so much on there? We like a strong portion,
Yes,
this
we
family,
do.
okay?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so then we've got our artichoke hearts that we're gonna add on. And these are just canned artichoke hearts. You could use the marinated ones. You could use the regular canned ones.
Okay, I'm gonna need a moment.
Okay, she wants another
I'm gonna need a moment, guys. Where's the grill camp? Where's the temp? Why is he not on me? Okay,
Give the guy a break.
He's back and he's sleeping on the job. Okay, guys, look at how fabulous this looks. There's some light caramelization. You don't want to go too much on this because if you go too much, they will turn mushy, and nobody likes a mushy strawberry. You
No.
just want to have a nice, quick caramelization on the outside. And you can see some nice grill marks there, and that is a shot unto itself, okay? Strawberries over flames, come on.
Those look really great, honey.
It does
Ooh.
look beautiful.
That smells wonderful.
Okay, so I've got our potatoes that I'm gonna add, cooked up. These are just regular mini yellow potatoes that have been cooked already, so they're nice and soft. And just for presentation-wise, we're gonna cut them in half.
Okay, I agree with that because I think it's too big. I would even go like quarters a little bit, but I think half is good because that's like a good, let's see. Yes, yes,
Yeah, maybe
buddy.
quarters, all right.
Looks fantastic. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna get these strawberries off the grill, let them cool a little bit. But I think I could talk to Joyce again. I want to talk to Joyce. We have her in the wings. Why not ask her some more questions that we already have from people that have already sent us in questions? If we could get Joyce back on. There
Hi,
she
Joyce.
is. Hello, Joyce again.
It's looking great.
Okay, so Joyce, we want to ask. Okay, it already is looking great. Okay, so we're gonna ask you our next question that comes from Barbecue John from Instagram. Hopefully Barbecue John is tuning in. Joyce, the question is, which we kind of already tackled it a little bit earlier about the New York strip, but the question is, why do the names of cuts of beef differ around the globe? I'm curious about that as well.
Yeah, me too.
I'm curious about that as well. It does make it very confusing. Sometimes, butchery is a craft, and you have to recognize that butchers in different regions will develop their own crafting kind of language. So, yeah, there's UK butchery terms, there's American butchery terms, there's French butchery terms, Spanish butchery terms. And sometimes, we grab and steal from each other. And butchery methods actually can vary too from place to place. I know the French are very good at steaming out high quality cuts of beef that are really tender from places like the shoulder where you wouldn't expect it. So there's a petite tender, a shoulder petite tender that you can see in some stores in Canada. And that is actually a French butchery technique. So it has a bit of a French name, petite tender. So
That's
hope
interesting,
that
and
answers
it
your
just makes
question.
it so it's super confusing for everybody.
I know.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it's nice to learn this, but it is very confusing around the globe because you hear certain cuts and you're like, ooh, that sounds fancy, and then you find out you're like, oh, it's what I know to be a strip loin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although
Or I talked about
Kevin in the chat is saying,
okay.
sorry, Joyce, go ahead.
Well, I talked about last time I was on about how bavette is such a beautiful little term, but really it means it's flap meat, and but both of those terms describe the shape. And in Canada, CFIA, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, does require that names on retail cuts that you'll find at the grocery store use a proper name that does spell out where the cut comes from. So strip loin has the word loin in it, for example.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does. That's at least helpful so then people can understand where it's coming from.
That was a really good question coming at a barbecue John. You stumped us all. We're all curious about it. I think we got to a good answer.
Yeah, I think so as well. Thank you so much, Joyce.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, I really am appreciating the fact that we do have Joyce to weigh in on these things because I think it's things that we've all thought for ages, and now we actually have somebody who's an expert who can weigh in on them.
Okay, so guys on TikTok are wondering why they can't hear the interview. So we have a guest on the show, but you'll have to, these platforms, Instagram and TikTok, don't support us being able to do an interview on these platforms. So if you do want to hear who we're talking to, you'll have to go to Facebook or YouTube. And if you have any questions for Joyce from Canada Beef, then please let us know and we can ask Joyce on your behalf as well.
Yeah. Guys, I'm about to go into a very special and important component to any salad, but in particular, I think a meal salad. Everything when it's going to be a meal salad, it needs to be even more important. Do you not agree?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a buttermilk salad dressing. Okay, it's something that's it's creamy, it's gonna pair perfectly with all the ingredients that we have here. We have a lot of pickled ingredients. So creamy stuff I think goes really well with pickled stuff.
Yeah, and I think like now people are getting wise to how to make a vinaigrette, but a creamy dressing I think still stumps a lot of people. And I'm like, I don't know why, it's so easy.
I think it's easier. You don't have to be as, like with a vinaigrette, it's like, you can overdo the vinegar. You can overdo the oil. With creamy, you just basically dump in like the ingredients.
Is this too much potato?
Is there such thing?
Okay, I just want to make sure, because it's hard to govern when you're making, especially because I've been told that I make too big of salads, too big of portions for everybody.
And we just said we're owning the big portion. Okay,
but and
if people have an issue with the size of the salad, make it smaller. We're hungry here. We want to eat a good sized portion.
I thought you were going to say we're hungry hippos. That's not what anyone needs.
That's not flattering, but is it accurate? Yes, it is.
But if you're eating a salad, if you don't eat a big salad, you're going to be hungry in about 10 seconds.
Exactly.
So you have to, in my opinion, if you're going salad, it needs to be on a plate this size. Otherwise, it's a side salad and it's a snack.
Agreed.
It's not a meal.
Now, guys, how I like to do buttermilk dressings is you got to add a sour cream component for the thickness, for the richness, even though the buttermilk is very rich as well. But I also always think, and tell me if you agree with me, Key, mayo and sour cream play very well together in the dressing.
You'd think that they would be overkill because they're both just creamy dresses, like creamy ingredients, but it's not. I don't know why, but you do need both.
It's for some reason, it's not the same if you don't have both in there. Now I'm about to make a vat because I'm not stingy with my dressing. You know how some people are like dressing on the side? I'm not a dressing on the side kind of gal. Barbecue Mama, are you a dressing on the side kind of gal, even though I already know the answer to that question?
I like a little extra dressing on the side.
Okay, that's where dressing on the side is appropriate.
That's
if you
right.
want more, then yes.
That's the only time it's appropriate.
Well, okay, what is with, I don't know why Dijon bottles always do that.
That's my personal Dijon, and now you've wrecked it.
Yeah,
Great.
you shake it up, and then it just like starts like overflowing.
Maddie's like, I've made a huge mess, and I don't care because this isn't mine, and I don't have to clean it up.
Look. Guys, look what I just did, and this is Kiki's. This
Classic
isn't mine.
sister.
I hate when that look, mine currently looks like that. Mine at home.
Great.
Okay, and this is a spicy brown organic Dijon. Can you tell a difference between the spicy brown?
No, I can't, but I love that. You know what?
He's like, just get regular Dijon.
Yeah, I love mustard. I think mustard is such a good secret ingredient for so many different things. Kevin is saying mayo, sour cream, and horseradish is what I put.
Yes, Kevin. Buddy, where is the horseradish, man?
That doesn't go in a ranch.
I think it goes in anything. We're not making.
No.
We're not making. Look, we're making the rules here, okay?
Okay. Well, and I said no.
And I said I want that.
Okay, so check it out. Look at how beautiful this looks. We've got our cucumber in here, and the good thing about a Nicoise salad is you don't have to make everything the same size. You can do like little pieces of this, bigger pieces of that, whatever your heart desires.
This is a salad that I would say also you got to eat with a knife and fork.
Yes.
It's like you got to govern your.
Would you
bites
just pick up a
accordingly.
salad? Are you just picking up a salad with your hands? How else do you eat a
No, but
salad?
I'm saying, do you use a knife with a salad typically?
No.
Look, you would pick it up with your hands. Between the two of us, you would.
I don't.
I just want to interject. I need a moment.
Someone wants credit. I
I
knew
need
this
a
was going to
moment.
happen. Someone
Yes, I
wants
do.
credit.
My goodness.
Okay, guys, let's give Barbecue Mama her moment. This
But
is.
hold the dill up nicely. You're all scrunching
I'm
it.
about to like crunch it up. We have dill and parsley from Barbecue Mama's garden. I've already started to crunch it up here because I'm about to give it a chop, a fine chop, because it's going into this dressing. But we do got to give it to Barbecue Mama because Key has been going through her parsley so much that she didn't have it to add to this recipe.
No, that's the thing. When it's summertime and you're making different recipes like this, even if you're growing herbs yourself, you can go through them quite quickly. Like I went out there this morning and realized I was out, so I had to ask Barbecue Mama to bring some of hers.
Sometimes it doesn't grow back quick enough as quick as you use it, and parsley is one of those because we use parsley in everything. Now, we have Valentin joining us from France. He's saying happy Friday, Maddie and Kiki. Valentin, thank you for joining us. We are celebrating Canada Day here. We need to keep saying that because people tuning in are probably like, why the heck is Maddie wearing that on her head? On her head? It is Canada Day. We're celebrating a long weekend here. And so we do have some extra pep in our step right now based on that.
Why can't every weekend be a long weekend is what I'd like to know.
I know. But also in saying that, don't you agree that they're special because they aren't every weekend?
Yeah.
If they were every weekend, then you would want like a 4-day weekend.
Although we almost didn't have Barbecue Mama today because she got stuck in traffic.
I did.
And
oh my God.
She literally came with seconds to spare before the show started because for some reason, I don't know whose wise idea it was to make the 401 go down to one lane on the long weekend.
Yeah.
Seriously.
The Friday of a long weekend.
It's not the most intelligent move, that's for
It
sure.
happened and she's here.
I
and
was
we're
not
happy she is.
impressed.
Okay, so now I'm going to slice up some radish, and I like that. The reason why.
Beautiful.
Yes, you can't go all green ingredients. You do have to have some color because you eat with your eyes
the
first.
Strawberries too.
The
We cannot
strawberries
forget
too.
those.
But you eat with your eyes first, and I think nothing photographs better than a good salad. Personally, I think like salads just make such a great photo because there's so much going on with them. There's so many different colors and textures and components.
I agree.
Now these
Okay.
are not from my garden, although I
I thought they were.
They're not. No.
Honey, you could have had us all fooled. Okay?
Radish-
I thought they were. Guys, that's why, Kiki doesn't lie to you. She
No.
keeps it real. She tells us the truth. I just assumed those were from your garden.
They're not because it's now too hot for radishes. Radishes are a cool season crop, and if you can grow them in the spring and the fall, but it comes summertime, they get too hot and they don't grow properly. And if they do, I'm losing my headpiece here. If they do, they get super spicy.
What's your favorite?
Really spicy, and not in a good way.
What's your favorite, Key? What's your
radish?
favorite radish?
My favorite radish? Good question. I would probably have to say,
Okay, look at the shot of the salads. Guys, seriously, if people, Barbecue Boss is just like, yes. He's like, I get to eat that in T-minus a couple of half hours, okay?
yeah, I would say as far as radishes go, my fave is probably a daikon.
Oh, really?
Or a French breakfast.
I was
just going to say French
all the way.
breakfast, always.
Yeah, French breakfast is, you can't go wrong with a good French breakfast.
Me too.
I just bought some.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Evil Llama, I love you and thank you. He's saying Maddie's working hard today.
Yeah, for once.
Thank you. Fine. At least I am today. Who cares about the past, okay? It's all about today, everybody.
Okay, Lance is saying I love a good radish. I always say the hotter the radish, the better the radish is. Okay, Lance, you will live to regret those words because if you have a radish that's been sitting out in the heat, it's not a pleasant spice.
It's not the same. It's not the same. And S. Will is saying everything is looking amazing so far. I completely agree, S. Will. I'm going to need some love for my dressing that is coming together. It's not quite ready yet. We're
Ooh.
gonna get some lemon juice in there. I'm about to dive into some garlic chopping. There's no garlic to be had in this recipe.
Thank God.
Yeah, everyone here is grateful except me. You guys know I love my garlic. But before we do that, who would like to go for a dip dive into the big bowl of questions before I get all garlicky?
Please do. Yes.
Actually, I think I want to get gloves on for this because I don't want to be garlicky for the whole weekend. You know how garlic sticks with your hands for the whole weekend?
Yeah, it does.
I don't think Jay Booth is here this week, so he's missing the dip dive.
All right, well, Jay, if you're watching the replay, this one's for you, buddy.
Okay, so we're gonna go for a dip dive, and in the meantime, I'm gonna keep adding to our salad, and we're working away. We're getting our salad ready. I wanted to show you guys this ingredient, which is pretty interesting. I think you can find these at pretty much any grocery store
Give me a
now.
smell.
And they're called caper berries,
Ooh.
and they are like a bigger caper. They have a stem on them. I'll show you guys what they look like. I'll pull one out of the jar and show you.
Very interesting. It doesn't look like the capers that we all know, the teeny tiny ones.
No, look at what they look like. Look at how big they are. Isn't that really cool? It kind of looks like an olive on
I
a
was just
stick,
going to say it does look like an olive.
but it's not. It's a caper.
Does it have a
And-
pit like an olive?
I'm sorry?
Does it have a pit like an olive?
It doesn't, no. So here's what they look like. I'll show you guys over on Instagram. Hey guys.
We got Uncle Teddy Bear saying everything is looking good. Thank you so much, Uncle Teddy Bear. It's nice to see ya. Canada Beef is saying love them. They are so delicious. Add a lovely salty olive taste.
Yes.
I completely agree, guys. They are going to pair perfectly with this all the ingredients that are going on in our salad that we have today.
If you can't find these, you can use capers. They have a similar salty brininess, but these are extra special. And I feel like
They look, the visual on them, so let's be honest, it's about the visual too.
Yes.
Because that just adds an interesting element. This is a conversation piece.
it is.
Is this salad not?
It totally is.
And guys, we don't even have the strip loin on there yet. Now, it is time to go for a dip dive. Let's see what we got going on today in the big bowl of questions. This one goes out to everybody watching and listening. Let's see what we got and who it's from. Okay, this one doesn't say who it's from. So if this is, anyone can claim this as their own question. The question is, what is the best compliment you've ever received from a stranger?
Oh, that's a nice question.
Okay, so the question is, what is the best compliment you've ever received from a stranger? Can I just say I love when a stranger does give a random compliment?
Yes, so do I. I'm going to go ahead and say when we
Oh,
were
you already have yours?
I have mine. I know
gotta think
mine.
on
It sticks
mine.
out. I'm going to go ahead and say when we were just at Mohegan Sun in the wintertime and someone yelled out that I look like a sexy pilgrim.
I was there for that. I heard it, and it was a laugh out loud moment.
It was funny, and at first I thought it was slightly offensive, but then I was like, you know what? Looking at my outfit, I can see it.
Look,
So-
the guy nailed it.
Yeah.
The guy nailed it.
Yeah. What about you, Hetty? Can you think of one that someone said?
Trying to think. These are really on the spot. These are really on the spot, these questions. And does anyone else have an answer? What is the nicest compliment that you've received from a stranger? Barbecue Mama, do you have one?
Yeah, I had lots of times I just get told I have a beautiful smile.
That's not okay. I was gonna say also, I have been with you multiple times where people make comments, sweet comments about your hair.
About my hair,
Let's get a close up on that head.
No, the hair.
Let's get a
the
close
hair
up
today.
on that head.
No, the head today ain't looking so good. It's
Yes,
too
it
hot.
is, Barbecue Mama.
It's
Yes,
too
it
hot.
is.
It has to go
Yeah,
up.
look at it. See those curls? We've been there many times where people point it out.
Yes, we have. Even Mama's saying Barbecue Mama's hair.
Yes. Now I will share mine. I just thought of one.
Can you just pause a second?
Yep.
I need some love on these eggs. These are
Phenomenal.
from my chickens that are laid this
Phenomenal.
morning. It does not get fresher than
Were
that.
they really?
Laid this morning.
How did you peel those babies? Because those are hard to peel.
I was gonna say, you guys better love me because it's very hard. If you've ever peeled very fresh eggs, it's next to impossible. But look at them. Okay, so I wanted to save one. See how big this one is? I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be a double yolker. I don't know for a fact, but because of the size of it, let's cut this open and see if it is.
Let's really
I'm
hope that
hoping it is
happens.
because now I'm building it up, and if it's not, that's gonna be a big letdown. It's not. Sorry, guys.
Look, it's a live show, everybody.
that's not that good.
She took a chance and it didn't pay off.
That
but
just
that's
ended
all
up.
right.
That just ended up being a very large regular egg. So.
Okay, Marisol is saying I gave a stranger my Fatima keychain because they needed it more than me in their prayers. That's interesting, Marisol. I'm not sure what that is. Do you guys know what that is?
She's a saint. Fatima is a saint.
Aw, Marisol,
that's really nice of you, Marisol.
Sweet. That is really sweet.
That is super sweet.
Okay, that's really nice. I'm sure that person thought that was very nice to receive out in the wild by a stranger.
Yes.
But I'm not surprised because it's Marisol and she's a sweetheart.
Yeah. She
Now,
is an absolute sweetheart.
I will share mine. It's not as cute as what Marisol just shared.
Okay.
But, and this technically, I guess, wasn't really a stranger. But guys, Key and I've shared before, this garlic is mixing in with the remnants of the herbs on my board and it smells absolutely spectacular.
It looks great.
Yeah. We've shared before, before we did this for a living, we worked in the social service industry. We worked there for a number of years. And in my role at one time, I used to have to take clients to the grocery store and teach them life skills on how to shop like at a grocery store. So I had 2 clients in my car with me one time. And
the one that thought your name was Minio?
yes, yes, but good memory.
Because I remember Maddie told me there was a guy that kept calling her
I didn't use
Minio.
gloves. I realized
So,
I just
what's
didn't
wrong?
use it.
What?
This is going to be with me for the whole
The garlic. I was like, what do you mean?
That's
Who
all right.
cares?
Yes, good memory, honey. The client actually, for some reason, thought my name was Minio. I'm not really sure where that came from. But so I had 2 clients in my car with me, and I still need this. And they said that they were both of them said this, but they said I was a very good driver.
Oh, that's a nice compliment.
So I thought that was really nice to hear.
It's a life skill, very nice.
It is, and like you know how people say like, oh, women drivers and whatever. I thought that's not true. Okay, the women driver thing, not a true thing. I was very actually like proud to hear that.
Rub your hand on the rind of the lemon after.
That's a good idea to get rid of the garlic smell.
Well, it'll lessen it a little bit.
Okay, so guys, we're going in with some lemon zest. Key has done a lot. Let's be honest.
She's done quite a bit.
I've done a decent amount today.
Okay, so check this out. I
gotta get going on our dressing.
She's got to get going on her dressing. I'd like to bring Joyce back at some point. Do we want to bring Joyce back now?
Yeah, let's ask Joyce about the compliment question.
So wait a second. James Hand, who is at Ted Reader's barbecue joint this weekend, is saying that you look like Minnie Mouse.
Today I do.
Okay, so Joyce, we're wondering what is the nicest compliment that you've ever received from a stranger?
One time I was at an airport and this girl just ran up to me and she just said, I really love your outfit. You know, and I know that's shallow. It's about how you're dressed, but it just made me feel so good, you know, made me feel confident. And
that is nice.
then I watched her run and jump into her boyfriend's arms. And anyway, then I was like, wow, I need one of those here. But yeah, just made me feel good.
So sweet. Yeah,
no,
I love
is
that.
nice. And for some reason, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but sometimes those random compliments hit when you need to hear like something positive the most. It's like somehow like the universe knows that you need to hear something nice.
Okay, so now that we've got Joyce on, honey, do you want to hit Joyce with one of the questions from our from our audience so that they've sent in?
Take it away, Key. As usual, I've made a disaster of my area.
Okay, so Joyce, we've got a question coming to us from it just says Christina. I don't know which platform this is, and it says, "Is marinating worth the time and effort?"
Ooh, yes, good question.
That's a very good question, and our next series with you is going to be on marinating. So Michelle's going to be managing that one for us. We know a lot about marinating because we did some studies actually at Lacombe Research Center. So marinating does give some flavor to the meat, and it does do some tenderizing. But really what we found was most important is that you pierce the meat all over with a fork, and that helps disrupt the fibers, muscle fibers, and that will actually give almost as much tenderizing as marinade will. So I like marinating for flavor for sure. It doesn't penetrate that deeply into the meat, and piercing doesn't really enable that penetration anymore, but it does change the texture a bit. and it certainly adds a boost of flavor. So just even the thinner the cut too, the more the marinade can do some action. So really you need to do it on like a stir fry strip, for example, because that's a nice thin cut, and you'll get more tenderizing that way. And you can just use something as simple as a salad dressing. That's an oil and vinegar mixture already, so it has an acid component. And if you really want to speed up marinating, add something like a mashed kiwi or some pineapple juice. Those have, or papaya, those have a natural enzyme that will actually help to break up the muscle fibers and make it more tender. But you have to be careful. You can overdo it, and then you can get a mushy outside sort of texture.
I think that's such a good tip, Joyce. And we actually didn't believe the kiwi thing was a thing until we tried it for ourselves.
We did it a couple weeks ago. We've been hearing about the kiwi marinating trick, and that's supposed to tenderize. And we tried it, and I was like, I had like low expectations. I'm like, if it doesn't work, that's okay. We tried it. We were like, okay, there is actually something to this, and I would say even it's more than pineapple.
Yes.
The kiwi is, because we've tried pineapple, but the kiwi takes it like to the next level of tenderization. So, guys, everybody keep your kitchen stocked with kiwis, because it is a game changer for tenderization.
Great information, Joyce. Thank you. Okay. So I think it's about time that I get cutting this steak. This is rested.
He's gonna cut the steak. I gotta rock and roll the cheers to the weekend. I'm already done our dressing here. But before I do that, S. Will is sharing the best compliment that he received. It was by a stranger. It was in the airport as well, like Joyce's. The couple complimented me about my kids being well-mannered, which according to them is more than well-behaved. Interesting. Okay, so there's a difference between being well-mannered and well-behaved. That's interesting.
Yeah, because being well-behaved means they're probably sitting quietly and just listening or whatever. Well-mannered means please and thank you, excuse me.
Good point, Barbecue Mama. Good point. Okay, S. Will, that is a huge compliment.
Yes, that is.
To get a compliment about your kids, come on, that is.
Okay, are we ready for the spotlight to be on the strip loin? We are about to cut into it. The steaks are all plated up, ready to roll.
I wanted the spotlight, but Kiki's ready to do this.
I'm getting a lot of rounds of applause today. Okay.
Look, you asked for it, man. You asked for it.
Okay, here we go. Let's check this out. Let's see what the inside looks like. I'm going to cut this on a little bit of an angle. And
perfection.
What I like to do is cut it, like you can cut this too however you like to cut it. You can cut them thin, you can cut them thick. I like to go on a little bit of an angle. I'll hold this up and show TikTok and Instagram. A little bit of an angle here. Look at the tenderness. Look at how that looks. Cooked to absolute perfection.
It really
TikTok,
is. That
can you
color
see this?
is gorgeous.
Yes, it literally looks perfect.
It is.
Look at
and
that.
You guys saw that took very little time. That was on there for like mere minutes.
But well, that's when you're cooking on a charcoal grill, that's what happens. You really got to watch it.
And again, like Joyce said, because this was on the thinner side, you definitely do not want to step away from this cut. Becca is joining us. She's saying, oh my God, that looks so tasty. Wish I was there. Becca, we wish that you were here too, because as you can see, these are quite the large portion. I do think that this could be split in half. But I'm not complaining.
I was going to say, speak for yourself, please.
All right, guys, Barbecue Mama's all here for the large portion. Now, we got to get to Cheers to the Weekend. This is going to be a very, very quick one because we got to get rolling on this. But, guys, this was something that you're going to be wanting to make this weekend. Because I'm sorry, Canada Day weekend, and especially a long weekend, you need to have a good cocktail at the ready.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to continue to add our steak onto our salads. And may I suggest that you plate up the way that I'm plating up? Not to toot my own horn, but I like to see the different ingredients.
Agreed.
Just like that.
She's not tooting it, but yet she is, guys. Okay, I'm just doing my own shaved ice here.
Flirty Murdy's getting a little bit aggressive with the ice.
Yeah. Look, I like a lot of ice in my cocktail, and I know Barbecue Mama does too. Now, guys, the cocktail that we are doing for Cheers to the Weekend today is called a Muskoka Maple Sour, okay? Ooh. It's a play on a whiskey sour, And we are using Canadian whiskey today because, of course, it's Canada Day long weekend. We got to use that.
And we're also using Canadian maple syrup that was produced right here on my farm.
Exactly.
Even though I've requested the spotlight, Key's got it back on her. She's got it back on her. Okay, and this is like actually working. This is giving the ice. I feel like ice is having a moment these days. People like ice of all like shapes and sizes. Do you not agree? Like the crushed ice thing right now, the little ice cubes, it's all very particular.
Disastrous Effect is saying that that salad looks delicious. Now I'm hungry as usual when I'm able to catch y'all.
Disastrous Effect, thanks for joining us, buddy. This is Key's maple syrup. Guys, it looks like liquid gold because it is. Okay, it is.
It is, and
I'll
that's
give
from
it
this
to
year.
ya.
That's the freshest. You can't get fresher than that.
Yeah, we're going in with a shot's worth. So this is gonna be, you might think it's gonna be super sweet, but then we have our sour elements here to balance it off. We're gonna go in with some orange peel, just the outside, just the zest. We don't want this to we don't want it to be bitter, because if you put in more than just the zest, it will make it bitter. We don't want that. We're gonna put 2 in for our nice garnish, and then we're gonna juice this.
Okay, so I think this is a bit too. Like, I think we're pretty loaded up here.
You think?
Okay.
Key's like, now this looks to be rather large.
Okay, so does that not look spectacular though?
Okay, I'm gonna do, yes, honey, it looks amazing. It looks like the star of our lunch today is going to be the salad, followed closely by my dressing.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm gonna
Don't
need you to
forget the
taste this in just a
strawberries.
second when you're
Yes,
done.
we
honey.
need the strawberries. Oh,
Sorry?
they're on there. Oh, they're already on
yes.
there.
I didn't see.
All right, we have some zest in there, lemons, oranges. Now we're gonna actually juice them. And then guys, look at how quick this is. This is a very quick cocktail. You can do it dockside, you can do it poolside, you can do it if you have a balcony this weekend, you can do it anywhere you want.
Going camping,
Yes, camping. What are some other things that people do in the long weekends?
sea-dooing.
Sea-dooing.
Yes.
Actually, maybe don't drink a cocktail.
No, don't drink the cocktail.
And go on a sea-doo.
I don't think a lot of these things that you're encouraging people to do are a good idea.
Dockside? What's wrong with dockside?
Basically, just have a drink and stay where you're at. That's what we need to be saying.
That's right.
But it's like, just have a drink, and you know what? No, just enjoy your drink. Make sure to enjoy your drinks
Be
responsibly.
safe. Be
everybody.
safe this weekend, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, now I did bring a measuring shot glass for this, but because Evil Llama always wants a little bit more, we're gonna go in with a little bit more of our Canadian Club whiskey.
Wow, that was a lot more.
It's a lot. It's a lot, Barbecue Mama. Get ready for it, okay?
Just for llama.
We got to add our lemon in here, and these flavors are going to be so good together.
I like the little curl that you did.
Yeah, it's called the garnish, bud.
Oh, sorry.
It's called the garnish. Keith forgets a garnish a lot of the time.
Because I just like things just the way that they are. I'm not into the fancy schmancy drinks, but it does look
I
pretty.
am.
I will give it to you. It does look pretty.
I am. Okay, so guys, and also, I'm going to hold this up for everybody, and if Barbecue Mama allows me to do so, I would like to take a little sip.
You
just
always
to
do.
Give it some quality control here. I want to show you guys, this also says, this glass also says, life is better at the cottage, because Muskoka is basically like our Hamptons, which is a huge, it's a huge cottage destination. So again, this is called a Muskoka Maple Sour. Perfect to celebrate the long weekend. I'm gonna give this a taste test.
Canada Beef says barbecuing and eating beef this weekend.
She's strong.
Okay.
She's strong, but she's delicious, and it's gonna be perfect with this wonderful salad that we have. I'm gonna bring this to Barbecue Mama. Guys, I'm sorry, that's an absolute winner.
It looks like a
is.
winner. I'm gonna go ahead and dress our
does
salad
look
so
beautiful.
Flirty Murdy can
Thank
try
you.
some of it.
Okay, but that's a sipper, Barbecue Mama.
That's a
Don't
sipper.
chug that.
No,
Don't chug it.
I can't. I shouldn't chug it.
No, definitely do not.
But Evil Llama's noticing your heavy pour, and he's saying that he appreciates it.
Finally, I pleased him.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
this is for llama. Wow.
It's sweet. It's
Good
stiff,
thing I'm
it's
not driving for a long time.
No driving, no sea doing.
No
Everybody.
sea doing.
She takes it back. Okay, so I'm gonna just drizzle on some of our dressing onto our salads. I'm gonna go with, let's see, what can you guys see the most? This one?
Ooh, this is gonna be nice.
Look at how beautiful that looks. Just a nice dressing right over top. Oh, good heavens.
You're going on a heavy pour on that, which I am appreciating.
Matt, go ahead and give us a taste. You got the sauce right on there. That's the most flavorful bite you're going to have of the salad. Let's be real.
So, so juicy. I didn't even taste test this. Give it to me. I need a round of applause. No, I need a round of applause.
Was it spot on? I'm not surprised.
Spot on. Everything, the beef was perfectly seasoned. The dressing's gonna season everything perfectly. Guys,
That's
give
a
this
winner.
a try.
Okay, now we are running out of time. I did want to bring Joyce back on one last time and see if she has any final thoughts.
She needs to give us our approval on this.
Joyce, does this look fantastic or what?
Well, I did say, ladies, that this is the prettiest Nicoise salad that we have on our Canada Beef Gateway right now. It's so pretty. And I think it's
That
really
makes me
nice
so
to
happy,
do
Joyce.
the strawberries instead of a tomato. I mean, strawberry season right
going
now.
in.
So,
Yes.
yeah, it makes
Stem and
great
all.
sense.
Stem and all.
Thank you so much, Joyce. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. We wish you were here because we have plenty of leftovers and I've made these salads quite large.
You certainly have.
Yeah, I wish I was there
Thanks,
too.
Joyce. Have a fabulous long weekend.
Yes, I'm going to make that drink.
Yes. Oh, it was a good. Maybe measure the
I will.
Canadian club next time. Okay. Enjoy, Joyce.
Thanks, Joyce. Isn't that a pleasure having Joyce
Now,
on?
guys, I'm gonna say because Instagram and TikTok can't hear that, I will let you know. Joyce said that's the prettiest salad on the Canadian Beef Information Gateway. If you guys are looking for this recipe, you can visit CDNbeef.ca because you guys are gonna want to do that this weekend.
Yes, it's a perfect recipe for this time of year because a lot of these ingredients are in season right now as well.
Now, I also will say the recipe should have a little note at the bottom. Pack some floss.
Or a toothpick.
Toothpick floss, you're gonna need it, but it's gonna be worth it. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. We hope that you guys have a safe and happy long Canada Day weekend. Happy Canada Day, everybody.